Thank you guys for joining us. This is the second part of the Gray Nicolls Giant review. Again, look at the profile. It's a beautiful profile. Look at the toe size. Amazingly massive toe, massive edges, and then even the shoulder is massive. For me, if I need to describe this bat, I'll say this is definitely a batsman's dream and a bowler's nightmare if you use this properly. Why am I so excited about it is because, again, getting this kind of a profile, very difficult to get, but overall it's a beautiful piece of willow. The challenge that comes with making a profile such as Gray Nicolls Giant is to find the right balance. When you're putting so much wood in the toe, when you're putting so much wood in the middle and also in the shoulders, it's very difficult to find a perfect way to balance the bat. That's why usually the profile that you'll see is narrow shoulders, bulk, majority of the bulk is in the middle to get the right kind of balance, and then the toe, they take out a lot of weight as well to reduce they take a lot of wood out of the toe just to reduce the weight of the bat. But this bat, they have been extremely generous, taken a huge cleft of willow, and then what they have done is they've crafted a beautiful bat, and what they've been able to achieve is nothing short of a miracle, because what they have done is they have made a bat that is beautiful, balances beautifully. It's a little bit on the heavy side as long as you can hold it. I think as long as you can yield it in a game, I think you're gonna get the right kind of benefits. So again, at AJ Sports, what we are doing right now is we gave the bat for light oiling. That's why you see a little bit of a discoloration on the bat. And then what we have done is we have done the proper knocking of the bat. I have a game on Friday which I'm going to use the bat in. So it'll be very interesting to see how the bat performs. But overall, very happy with the way the bat is, with the way the balance of the bat is. It feels kind of light as well. It doesn't feel that heavy in the hands. And then again, a massive piece of willow. So what we're going to do is, just like the last time, we're going to do a ping test just to see how well the bat performs after it has been knocked in. Of course, I'm going to take it to nets a little bit just to see how it performs, take it to the game, and then we're really going to see the performance in the game itself. We can't judge the performance based on the ping test, but gives us a very good measure of where exactly the ball actually hits and can go far away. So we have got, again, two balls. One is an old ball, one is a new ball. So let's go with the old ball first. And you can see how well the old ball is pinging. Even from the toe, you can see that the ping is great. Now, of course, from the middle, you expect it to perform, there's no question about it. But from the toe, most of the bats cannot perform from the toe. But this bat, even from the toe, I can feel that once gets into the game mode, once it gets played out a little bit, I think the toe is also going to be superb. Now let's try with a new cricket ball. Oh, look at the ping with the new ball. It's just superb ping. Again, going low, still I'm getting the ping. Going high, getting the ping. And in the middle, it's just superb. This is an amazing piece of willow. Again, I think Gray Nicolls did an amazing job with this cricket bat. And I honestly, I'm really excited to take it to the game and to see how well it performs. We're going to do something else. We're going to check the weight. Of course, the weight written on it is 3 pounds. Let's check on the scale what the weight really is. Okay, let's check the weight of the bat. So this is in pounds. So after we have done the light oiling, we have done the knocking, it comes to about 3.09. So that's a pretty good weight. I think it lost a lot of some weight while I was getting it shipped from Australia because, of course, the bat dries out a little bit when you're doing the shipping on it. Now let's look at the weight from a kg's perspective. So it's coming to around 1.38 kgs. It's still a reasonable weight. If you can carry it, if you can play with it, I think it's gonna be amazing. So what's the final conclusion on the cricket bat? Let me just say, some of the things that I really like about it is the amount of grains and how straight they are and how even they are. So they are about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight grains on the bat. They are pretty much quite even. There's a little bit of speck on it, which doesn't really make that big of a difference, honestly. But overall, it's a beautiful, beautiful bat. Looks amazing. That's the first thing that I like. Now, a lot of people ask me, or a lot of people want to know, what does this grains really mean? So, the grains on the cricket bat basically shows the age of the wood or the tree. Now, if there are 7 grains on it, that means it's 7 years old wood. That's why if you see the bats that have 10, 12, 14, 16 grains, 20 grains on it, are normally more expensive. Another thing is, it's also the quality of the wood. The wood that comes out of the tree, there are 2 kinds of woods. In general, there's a high density wood and there's a low density wood. Now, if you're taking a section out of a tree that is a new section, you're gonna get willow that is lightweight. You're not gonna get a very heavy willow. If you're cutting the tree from where it has aged a little bit longer, you're gonna find a willow that is a little bit more heavy. So this is more on the heavier side. This is a dense willow, piece of willow. Now, another thing is, you get a little bit hardwood on some of the bats. Now, hardwood is the middle section of the tree. It's a little bit hard, but then again, doesn't make any difference to the performance if it is made properly. For me, the second most important, now this is all aesthetics. You like it. I've got 5 grain bats that perform really, really well. It doesn't really make a difference. The only difference that it makes is if you have got more grains of the bat, if it is a lighter piece of willow, you're gonna get a better ping from it right off the bat. Like as soon as you start playing. With the lesser amount of grains, it takes a little bit longer for the bat to open. For me, anywhere above 7, 8 is a good amount of grains, the bats that I prefer. The second thing is how hard it is pressed. That's where it really makes a difference. If it is a soft press, you hit it with a mallet or with a ball, you're gonna see huge grooves on it. The bats for me should be medium pressed. That's the best kind of bat. I don't want a hard pressed bat, I just want a medium pressed bat. Then it's all about the profile. You get, majority of the time you get 2 kind of profile. One is a mid-low and the other one is a mid-high profile. Now mid-low profile is very good for pitches like UAE, India, Pakistan, which are low bouncy wickets, and you can get more ping right off the front foot. For pitches like Australia and England, anywhere in the West, they are more bouncy wickets. So you need a mid-high position. So when you're buying a bat, it is very important to buy a bat that is right for the kind of wickets that you're batting on. For me, as we are playing only in the UAE, we tend to get more mid-low position bat. How do you know if it is a mid-low position bat? You look at the spine. You see where the spine is peaking. If the spine is peaking over here somewhere, it's a high middle. If the spine is peaking over here or anywhere below that, it's a low middle. And then it all depends on how much wood it is at the edge of the bat. That basically tells you how good it is. So that's the second thing. First, aesthetic. Second thing is where the middle of the bat is. Now this is very important. If you're choosing a bat, playing in the Middle East, playing in India, playing in Pakistan, better to get a bat with the low middle. And then the third most important thing is how the bat feels in your hand. How is the pickup? When you're gonna go on the field, are you gonna be worried about the weight of the bat? Are you gonna think like, oh, I'm holding a very heavy bat? Or are you gonna be so relaxed that you won't even feel the weight, that you're in the game, that you're more focusing on the ball rather than focusing on the weight of the bat? Now this is where everybody has a different uh, preference. Some people like 2.8, some people like 2.9, some people like 2.10, some people like the heavier bats. Honestly, most of my bats are below 2.10. My CA Legend is below 2.10. I've got a couple of others, they are all below 2.10. This is the only one that is 3 pounds. The reason why I'm taking this to the game is, so in the shorter format of the game, where it's 20 overs, it doesn't matter how long you're going to be on the field, I think, on the pitch. What is more important is how much score you can get. With these big willows, with these big edges, with these kind of bats, heavier bats, you can tend to play harder shots, especially if you play a lot of back foot punches. This is the bat for you. If you play a lot of front foot shots, maybe this is a little bit heavier for you. And believe me, you can hit 4s, you can hit 6s through backward punch as well, or back foot punch as well. There's nothing stopping. We have seen a lot of players do it. But overall, for me, these are the 3 things. Aesthetics of the bat, not that important. The middle of the bat, for me, is important. You need to find the right middle for the right kind of pitches that you're going to play on. And then the last and the most important thing is the balance. As long as you find the bat with the right kind of balance that you can hold, that you'll be able to do to hold your stance with, and you'll be able to play the shots with. I think that's the key. So overall, for me, it's a great bat. Definitely something that I would like to take to the game. Will I recommend it? Honestly, it's too early for me. Just like with CA Legend when I started, loved the bat, but it broke. I want to see how the bat performs in the game before I say either you should buy it or not. And you can definitely look at the comments in the section to see if I do recommend buying this bat. But overall, I'm very happy with the purchase. Again, I bought it from Australia, I got it shipped from Australia. If you like the videos, if you like the content that we are sharing, we kindly request you to subscribe, to comment on the video, to like it, to share it with other friends, and we'll be posting more videos of some unique cricket bats very soon. Thank you.